Alright, buckle up legends, because today we're pulling into one of Australia's most fascinating and often hilarious arenas, the car wash. It's not just about getting the grime off your ride, it's a battleground of dedication, desperation and questionable techniques. From the sparkling show ponies to cars that look like a flock of magpies declared war on them, the Aussie Car Wash is a true masterclass in automotive hygiene, or the hilarious lack thereof. First up, at the absolute pinnacle of car wash dedication, we have the show car prep ritual. You spot them at the self bays, armed with an arsenal of dozen different bottles, specialty brushes and enough microfiber towels to supply a small hospital. Their car is already pretty clean, but for them, it's about the ritual. This isn't just a wash, it's a sacred ceremony. They'll spend an hour on the paintwork, another half an hour on the wheels, yes, each wheel, and then probably hand dry the exhaust pipe. You'll see them glaring at anyone who dares to use the same brush on their tyres as they do on their paint. This person's dedication is admirable, terrifying, and makes you feel incredibly lazy about your own splash and dash efforts. You'd think a car wash is about, washing your car, but anyone who's ever been to a particularly good one knows it's an unofficial social club. The Aussie Car Wash isn't just a cleaning facility, it's a meet in disguise. You see the whole crew there on a Saturday afternoon, parked side by side. One bloke is doing 5-minute spray and go, his mate's next to him, however, he's on hour number 2 with a separate bucket for every tyre and a different microfiber cloth for every panel. There's no rush, it's an exhibition. It's less about the wash and more about the performance. You've got the bonnet up expert, giving a detailed rundown of his air filter and inevitable debate about which soap is actually the best soap. And of course, we can't talk about the car wash without mentioning the exit, the dreaded exit flex. You've just spent an hour and $20 making your car pristine, the ground is wet. The last thing you want is a reckless display of power, but it happens. The moment someone floors it on that wet soapy concrete, and their rear end starts to slide a little too much, everyone goes quiet. It's a universal moment of shared anxiety. You just know that your car, which was perfect moments ago, is about to get a brand new scratch from a curb or a pylon. The car wash isn't just a place to get clean, it's a place to put on a show, and pray you don't mess up on the way out. Now, if a car meet is one of the pillars of the car wash community, the other is the humble mud-covered 4x4. These aren't your typical cars. They're rolling monuments to a weekend well spent. The owners of a dirty 4x4 doesn't just see the car wash, they see a challenge. You've got a bloke who's just spent all weekend up in the mountains getting his rig absolutely caked in glorious, thick brown mud. He's got the whole brush on the bottom of his ute, and he pulls into the self-service bay with a look of pure confidence, as if that small high-pressure hose is going to take care of what a river crossing and a few dozen potholes couldn't. A noble effort, but doomed from the start. He sprays the hose, a brown tidal wave of water and dirt flows out, and he looks down at the ground with a smirk. He's not just cleaning his car, he's cleaning his memories of the weekend. And while he's busy spraying away, the rest of the car wash is getting a free dose of his adventure. The ground is a swamp, the drain is a creek, and everyone else is just hoping none of that dirt ends up on their freshly polished car. For these guys, the car wash isn't a place to get clean, it's a place to make a mess and then leave it for the next guy to deal with. Next, we roll into the infamous automatic tunnel terror. For some, it's pure convenience. For others, it's a white knuckle ride through a foamy abyss. You'll see them gripping the steering wheel, eyes wide, convinced that at any second a giant spinning brush will rip off their mirrors. There's that moment of suspense as you guide your car under the conveyor, the clunk 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 of the rollers, and then the sudden onslaught of water, soap and a giant flapping tentacles. Feels like your car is being devoured by a brightly coloured monster. And after all that drama, you still find that one stubborn patch of grime that the giant robot clearly missed every single time. Then we have the undisputed champion of efficiency, or laziness, the half-hearted hose down warrior. You'll spot them at the self-service bay, armed with a single $2 coin, ready to conquer weeks of dirt in precisely 90 seconds. Their strategy is simple. Hit it with the pre-soak, then maybe a quick blast of the rinse, and then they're done. Large sections of their car remain stubbornly grimy. The wheels look like they haven't been touched since last year, and the windows are probably still streaky. This person isn't aiming for the sparkle. They're aiming for less embarrassing. It's the automotive equivalent of just spraying deodorant on a sweaty shirt. Admirable in its lack of fuss, baffling in its lack of effectiveness. This is the emergency call-out, the bird poop bomber survivor. Their car has been singled out, a prime target for nature's aerial assault, often by a particular aggressive magpie or flock of pigeons. This isn't just a scheduled car wash, it's a desperate rescue mission. You'll see them pulling into the car wash with a look of sheer desperation, trying to get rid of that acidic, pride-destroying deposit before it bakes into the paintwork. It's an act of war, and they are brave and slightly disgusted soldiers. There is urgency to their movements, a grime determination to ease the evidence of their aviation tormentors. You can almost feel their pain. And finally, a salute to the brave souls tackling the family car chaos. This isn't one person, it's usually a team effort, often involving small children who are helping. The goal is to clean the car, but the reality is usually a prolonged wrestling match with hoses, a never-ending battle against muddy paw prints on freshly washed panels, and arguments over whose turn it is to vacuum the inevitable snack crumbs from the back seat. By the end, the car might be marginally cleaner, but the family and the car wash bay are absolutely soaking wet, covered in soap, and probably in need of a good lie down. It's less a car wash and more a highly inefficient, chaotic family outing. So there you have it, folks. A humorous dive into the weird and wonderful world of the Aussie car wash. From the meticulously obsessive to the comical chaotic, we all play a part in this universal ritual of automotive cleansing. Whether you're battling birds of doom or dodging spinning brushes, one thing's for sure, the Aussie car wash is never dull. If you got a chuckle out of these watery tales, make sure you like and subscribe, and leave a comment telling us your funny car wash experience. And share this video with anyone who needs a good scrub. Alright, I'll see you legends in the next one.